Hi everybody, this is Sarah, and tonight I wanted to just do something, a little thing for myself and make this t-shirt I have a little bit more comfortable to wear. It's a men's t-shirt, so it has a really high neck, and then it has like pretty bulky sleeves, and it's kind of long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the neck here and make it a little bit lower, and I'm going to trim the sleeve so a little bit more like a flowy cap sleeve, and then just round the bottom a little bit so that it's just a little more comfortable to wear, a little more feminine. Anyway, it's, yeah, my YouTube fan shirt from the Townsends. So if you haven't seen them, I recommend it if you like history, living history kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do the cuts and show you how I do this. So first things first, what I want to do here is make sure that I cut evenly on both sides of the neckline so that it hangs so it hangs evenly, right? And so what I'll do is I'll notch it on one side, and then I'm gonna fold the shirt in half, right? And so you can see that I'll fold it immediately in half, and I'll get the notch exactly the same on both sides. The other thing I want to point out, like if you look at a neckline on a shirt, you can see that the back of the neckline is more straight across than the front dips down. And so you'll want to mirror that with whatever cut you do. And I recommend, you can always take more off. So I start close to the neckline, then try it on, and then I'll move out further if I, want to. So, and you can do other things too. I mean, if you're, look on YouTube, of course, there's a video for everything, but you can make this into a V neckline or, boat neckline, really whatever you want. So, all right, first things first, I'm going to flip this around so it's facing me so I can do the cut easier, and we'll start there with the neckline. Okay, so I'm just going to get this straightened out evenly on my cutting mat here and make sure it's smooth. And I'm going to go ahead and make a notch here to make sure that the shoulder seam is really up at the top here, because that's where I'm going to fiddle with this for just a minute. I'm just going to make a notch here really close to the neckline, because I don't really want to take too much off of this, just a little bit. So I'm just going to come in here and notch it. And like I said, I'm going to fold it in half and make a notch in the exact same place on this side. I folded it in half, I'm going to make a notch here in the same place, right? Make sure that's even. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is unfold it, and I'm going to cut the back, the front piece and the back piece separately. I'm going to come in through this notch I've made. And the reason for that, again, is the back is a little bit straighter and the front is more dipped. So here we go. I'm going to cut really closely to the neckline here, just below this seam actually. And I'm going to come right back up. I've got to rotate things. Always keep things comfortable for yourself, right? You don't want to hurt your shoulders or anything doing stuff. Just come right back up here and come in, right? Okay, so now I have to take care of this back piece. That's easy enough. I'm just going to cut across under the tag zone. I think you guys can see all right. Sorry, mumbled to myself there a little bit. Okay, all right, there we go. So the neck is off, and this is a nice piece of ribbing, so you can use this for something else. I mean, honestly, this color and this nice ribbing and stuff, you can put that on something else that you're going to make for sewing, or even, if you wanted for making journals or something clever like that, right? You could use this nice piece of fabric. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do as soon as you get your neck cut out is just take a look at it. You're going to try it on. I know this is going to be a good size for me. Jersey doesn't fray easily, so and it gets better washed after wash when you do this. So you're just going to stretch it a little bit and encourage it to roll. And see, it's already started to do that roll a little bit. So just stretch it, get it to roll. It'll be really comfortable. Okay, and then make sure there's nothing like too pokey on the edges here. right? Like that one's a little bit out. I'm gonna just cut that straight. Anyway, fiddle with it to your heart's content, right? Okay, good. I like that. All right, so the next step for me is here. I want to take these sleeves and I just want to make these a little bit more of a cap sleeve as opposed to this longer men's sleeve. And so to do that, what you're going to want to do, if you think about a cap sleeve, if you go look at a cap sleeve on one of your shirts, is you're going to want to cut so that it's longer on the top where your shoulder sits, right? This is the shoulder seam, so it's longer on the top and it's slightly shorter on the bottom. So you're going to want to take off just, for me, I'm just going to take off a little bit here, right? Just this edge. And you can, because remember, you can always come back in and take off more, right? But you can't put it back on. And again, this will roll a little bit. So you'll take a little off and then over a few washes, it'll kind of roll a little bit. So with that being said, what I like to do, again, is turn this towards me. And you're going to want to make this a very smooth cut, if possible. And the reason for that is you're going to need to use this piece as a template for the other side so you have even sleeves. So I'm just going to get a piece of charcoal out here. Kids chalk, it washes out. So, you know, use whatever you've got, you know, that's washable. Anyway, I just had charcoal handy because I've been doing some painting and needed some charcoal. Anyway, so here we go. Remember, this is the top right now for me, and this is the bottom. So this is the shoulder seam, and this is the underarm section. And I'm going to go from out here. I'm just going to come down and make a nice little line and just go straight down here. And I'm just going to cut on that line. You can see it's a very little bit that I'm taking off, actually. If you look at this, right, that's 1, 2 and a half on the bottom, and at the top, it's 3/4 of an inch. So again, I'm going to cut this carefully and with as few scissor motions as possible, just to make sure that it is really nice and crisp, so I can use it as a template for the other side. And yeah, so here we go. Right, so now I'm just going to go to the other side, and you can see again, this is the shoulder, so see it's longer on the top than it is on the bottom, right? So I'm going to do the same thing, and this as well, I'm not going to pull it until the end because I want to make sure that this isn't too pointy at the top. And if it is, I'll round it a little bit. Okay. So here we go. We're doing the second arm now. I'm just straightening this out. And I hope that everybody can see better. I took everybody's advice with the lighting and backing the camera out. So I hope that this is more visible for you all. So here you go. Here's that really smoothed out shirt right here. I've got my template, right? And so remember, you want the long side, right? You want to be able to have the long side out. So if you look at how this is, right now, see how that, if you put it exactly over on this side, see how it puts the short end here and the long end here, right? So you have to remember to lay it the way you want it, which is, so you can't, it'll be off, flipped over, right? Like if you're folding the shirt, you won't be able to see the chalk line. You'll have to literally just match it up just like that, right? And then something that I like to do, which is not necessary, but it's just use a couple of binder clips. I should have gotten these out earlier, but this is a kind of a last minute project. Just get a couple of binder clips and binder clip it in place, right? You can use safety pins, you can use sewing pins, of course, right? Use whatever you've got handy. I just happen to have this handy, so this is what I'm going to use. Make sure you find up here, nice and even. This will stretch out, right? is just cut right along the template. I'm not going to mark this one. I'm just going to cut right along the template. Okay, so I just took off this little tiny point at the top that was attached with my scissors. I just took that off and rounded the edge. And you can see that it's not perfect, but that's okay because we're going to pull the fabric here again, right? We're going to pull it, and what's going to happen, see, it rolls. So a little bit is not going to hurt of not being perfect. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So very final thing we're going to do here with this shirt is I'm considering cutting the bottom. And so what I did, this shirt hits me, it's a very boxy cut because it's a men's shirt. And so what I want to do is take off this section here on the sides. I want this to be more of a U shape, right? So just really, you can maybe even think of an oval. So in order to do that, I need to fold the shirt in half, right? Because I'm going to be taking off some of the side. So here we go. I'm going to fold this in half, and I want to, again, make sure that this is even. And you can do one of two things. You can make it shorter in the front and longer in the back, which is a fair option, right? That would be super cute. And I actually, you know, will think first cut it the same length, longer, and then decide if I want to make it shorter in the front or not. So very important to get this lined up just right. And then also very important, again, to clip this because you don't want this to come out of alignment because you'll have a wonky shaped edge on your shirt. Here's the front of the shirt up here, right? So this is the chest. And what we're going to do again, these are the sides, right? So this is the middle where it hangs down the middle of your chest, you know, through your belly button. And remember, we want to bring this from the middle, we want to bring it up on the edges. And I'm just taking off the very bottom of this, and I'm not making it very wide on the sides, just a little bit, because I keep saying this, but you can and then again, with this edge, I'm not going to pull it yet. I want to show you. Now, when you look at it, you can see the bottom edge with that folded over edge of the jersey's gone, and you can see it just has a slight rounded curve to it now, right? And it's already starting to curl up. So, all right, I am going to try this on, and I will be right back. All right, well, I ended up taking a little bit more off the length than I had in the video, but I like it better this way. I hope you all got something out of this and can now customize your shirts to be more comfortable. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope you all have a great week. Thanks.